asylum seekers should have the right to work. And that would mean that people could come and they could integrate into our society. They could bring skills that we need, actually. There are doctors and surgeons and, barbers and all sorts of different people.
Meet Rachel Millward, Deputy Leader of the Green Party. She demands that you open your borders while telling you that vetting is racist. But when 600 unvetted men arrive in her sleepy Sussex town, suddenly she sounds exactly like the people she calls far right. This isn't just hypocrisy, this is a confession. She knows the truth. She's essentially admitting that she's happy to gamble with your safety. When these men are being brought into your community, you've got to walk past them, your daughters have to walk past them. She's fine with that. But the moment she has to gamble with her safety, well, now she's drawing a line. Welcome to Crowborough. So last week, the Home Office dumped a battalion of military-aged men into a former training camp. Needless to say, the locals are not best pleased. The media will obviously call them NIMBYs and racists and bigots. But the reality is, these locals are just repeating what their Green Party leader admitted in writing. Take a look at this letter. When it came to her constituency, Millward didn't talk about diversity, she warned the Home Office of serious concerns. So this letter was sent by Alex Norris, the MP, on the 31st of October regarding this training camp. And this is the specific line that I want to highlight. Quite clearly, accommodating 600 men on one site with no right to work brings significant risks. And who signed this? Our good friend Rachel Millward.
So we hung out flags from all the nations and we said, refugees are welcome here.
Skills that we need, actually. There are doctors and surgeons and, barbers and all sorts of different people.
But hang on a minute. I thought diversity is supposed to be our greatest strength. So if these men are just doctors and engineers, as she says, why is the deputy leader of the Green Party terrified for the safety of her community? Well, she's scared because she knows what the government's hiding. So in the UK, the Ministry of Justice has a policy of silence, and they don't actually publish crime data by immigration status. So we are essentially flying blind. So we have to rely on leaks. We know that there were hundreds of crimes in asylum hotels, only because a whistleblower talked. We know about the assaults when they make the local paper, but the government's strategy is simple. If they don't count the crimes, they can pretend they're not happening. But across the North Sea, they don't hide the truth. The Danes track everything. And thanks to their honesty, we can actually see what Rachel Millward is afraid of. So this is the Violent Crime Index, adjusted for age, adjusted for poverty. Native Danes are at 100. Non-Western immigrants, well, they skyrocket. 2 times, 3 times, in some cohorts, 5 times more likely to commit violent crime. And here is the part that destroys the integration fairy tale. The blue line is the second generation, the descendants. They're not integrating. And in the vast majority of cases, they are actually more violent than their parents. This data proves quite conclusively that the risk Millward cited isn't a phantom, it's a statistical certainty. Rachel Millward isn't a hypocrite, she's a hostile witness. So when the buses arrived in Crowborough, she dropped the act and admitted the reality. Unchecked migration makes communities less safe. And let that sink in. What that means is these politicians that advocate for this know full well it's dangerous. And they just don't care. So the next time they call you a NIMBY for worrying about your daughters walking home, just quote the Green Party deputy leader, because she agrees with you. I think she's just hoping you never actually notice that she's the one who opened the gate to let them in. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you could like, share or subscribe, that would be wonderfully helpful. Really helps the channel grow. But until the next video, thanks for watching.